This digital painting titled Death Watching Over the Universe by the artist wiresandtrees is quite the symbolic scene. Whenever we first look at this work, this initial introduction doesn't have too much visual energy. Despite this, the eye is likely to be drawn from either the sky full of constellations or the lower half of this scene. We see the work divided by a main horizon or a horizontal line. The eye oscillates from one side to the other, from the upper to the lower back again. Of course, the colors within this work, we primarily see this blue purplish base, but upon that we have red, we have orange, we have even a little bit of green as well, although it is quite rare. Due to this creates a very calm composition, right? Most of this work is that base of the blue and purple, an analogous color scheme, so it's going to feel quite balanced, but upon that, of course, you do have the high attention red, but very rare accents, albeit. Within this work, there are a series of lines that are provided by the constellations. This gives a sense of motion within the work as the eye follows along this time and time again. But look at the form of our lone figure in the lower space of this scene. The body appears to be made of thin cloth and bone, pointing to a symbol of death of some kind or another. With this in mind, gotta ask you guys, what do y'all see when you view this work, or what comes to mind when you're looking at this piece? Of course, the setting of this work appears to be a cosmic place of some kind or another. It's hard to say exactly where we are, but the constellations certainly set the mood of this entire masterpiece. Our eye is drawn to the subject time and time again. He appears to be wearing this mask that is a skull or a skeleton of some kind or another. The title of this work as Death Watching Over the Universe certainly points to the symbolism we're witnessing. We have the lone subject who appears to be death itself, whether that is the Grim Reaper or a much more symbolic representation. Regardless, the lone subject looks up towards the highest of heavens, perhaps reaching for the next soul to reap. Notice how our lone subject appears to have this thin ring of light around their skull. This is most reminiscent of a nimbus, which is an early derivative of the halo. This, of course, points to the divinity or the higher spiritual status of our subject. It's always important to remember that darker symbols such as death or the devil are also divine as well. Regardless, death is something that is often feared. Of course, there is nothing guaranteed in this life except for the end of death itself. But regardless, we must ultimately recognize its place. After all, what is required for the eventual act of rebirth? Fear not death, for it is the final judgment native to the natural order. Really hope y'all enjoyed today. The work before us is a digital illustration, so painstakingly painted upon the screen there. We do see a high attention to detail within this beautiful and divine display. If y'all enjoyed today, go check out the original artist wiresandtrees. Truly a career digital illustrator at this point. Very talented, deals with very rich symbolic scenes. And if y'all enjoyed this piece, you're definitely going to enjoy some of the more works by the artist wiresandtrees. Once again, if y'all enjoyed, go check out the original artist. My name's Apollo, this was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.